All right, we are back for round one of the finals of the Top Deck Games Summer Tournament. It's going to be myself playing my robots, the IG-88B with Predator, Mangler, auto thrusters and advanced sensors, and IG-88C with push limit HLC, auto thruster and advanced sensors. I'm coming in at 99 uh, in order to try to get the initiative, but he was also bringing 99 this time. My opponent in this semifinal is going to be Matt McPartland. He's running Dash Rindar with Predator, Mingler Cannon, Lando, Outrider title, experimental interface, and 3 prototype A-Wings with Shardan refit. So it's a very similar list to what we looked at in the previous round, but he flies it quite a bit differently, and Dash is a different animal than Levo altogether.
So, why is it that players are bringing these similar builds together? What's been happening that has became a legitimate build to bring into something like a final?
Well, it's well known that turreted ships are in a good place in the meta right now, and the Outrider in particular has a good track record because it does have that 360 firing ability with a secondary weapon like HLC or Mangler Cannon. So you deny the range 3 shot. You're Oh god, I kind of lost my train of thought there. The point is, Dash is really good. So, and a lot of players know Dash is good. If you notice here in the initiative bid, or not the initiative bid, I'm sorry, the pilot skill bid, Dash will be deploying after I do. So he's going to deploy on the other side, away from the A-Wings. The A-Wings are going to be set up in a deployment pointing towards Dash. I'm trying to, right now, on my side of the table, I'm trying to figure out what he's thinking with those A-Wings. We've got dials set, the handshake's down, and we're going forward.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. Before, the other one went for a straight joust, and he even deployed behind the stray asteroid because, like you said before, you like to do a pyramid build. Um, so, if he's not going for a joust with these A wings, is he like? What are you speculating at this point?
I'm thinking that he's going to do a wraparound and try to joust and make the A-Wings block up my lanes. So basically the idea is that the A-Wings keep me busy while Dash does Dash things, hiding out in the asteroid field, taking pot shots at me from range 3 where I can't really hit them. That should be the goal. And so that's why I'm presuming these A-Wings are going to be basically used as a screen for Dash.
All
However,
right.
I set up very far away from the A-Wings to try to make that as hard as possible on them. And if you notice, I'll be using the exact same deployment as I did last time.
I'm always very tickled and pleasantly surprised about just how well Fantasy Flight makes a lot of these characters lore friendly in terms of gameplay.
It is really impressive. The Dash Rindar crew card, incidentally, is actually a result of the first Worlds winner, Doug Kinney. That card was his idea, so
Oh
he
wow.
brought that in. They had the Dash Rindar ship, and they knew what that was going to do. So he wanted to do the crew card version and kind of flip the coin a little bit. In fact, he may have been partially responsible for both sides of that, but the crew card is the one that's attributed to him the most. Uh, because they had a way for him to ignore obstacles in the activation phase. It's like, well, why don't we do this? So that's a really cool fun fact about Dash. That crew card is really neat and is a product of the community.
All right. So there we go. Now Dash was one. Now the not just Dash, but the YT 2400 was one of the first large ships that could barrel roll, right?
It was the first large ship that could barrel roll without expert handling. As soon as it
Right.
came out, they had an FAQ for how barrel rolls work to make them fair. Before they
Okay.
barrel rolled like small ships, now they use a big ship barrel roll. It was pretty insane back then. So his moving his A-wings forward. I remember he told me at this point that he had made a mistake with one of the A-wings and bumped a little sooner than he thought, and ended up breaking up his formation. So we'll see
Okay.
this middle one here, gonna slam
So
right into Dash.
I should have surmised this with the should have surmised this before when he was orienting his dash. But why is his dash making a straight?
He actually
Basically,
didn't run a Dash. Why is his Dash doing what?
why did his dash go in the direction it did? I mean, he went straight and then barrel rolled. Uh,
Because he actually doesn't want to joust me. He doesn't want it to be anywhere near those robots where they can take shots at him. He wants to be at range 3 of them, outside of their arcs, knowing that they get auto thrusters, but that he gets HLC.
Okay, and that's what he's primarily going to be using HLC for his attacks.
He can't use any other attack. The Outrider title replaces your primary weapon.
Okay.
So I use, not knowing what he's gonna do, kind of waiting and seeing. I went ahead and went with my normal opener of the slow bump. That's as slow as you can make those ships go, uh, for the most part. So I'm kind of in a wait and see mode, see what he's up to, and see where he's going with this. I don't want to rush in too quickly and have Dash suddenly do maybe like a hard one or a hard two in and boost towards me and start taking shots.
So because he has Dash Rendar, he doesn't have to worry about asteroid hits and losing your activations while going through them.
You're losing your action, yeah, absolutely. That's really his big strength there. Now
I
this
meant
one,
actions. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, this one actually is really interesting in that it doesn't use push limit. It has experimental interface, so he can use Lando with it, but he doesn't tend to do that a whole lot. And
Now,
Lando's crew instead of Cal Katarn kind of limits those options. But he is bringing Predator, so he gets some passive rerolls.
so what kind of synergy does Lando bring in conjunction with Outrider and Dash Rendar?
The only thing that Lando is bringing to the table is a possibility to get those evades. In all honesty, Recon Specialist is, for the same point cost, giving you double focus, is doing the same thing Lando will do, ideally, a lot of the time, which is to give you double focus. So it's really just for the evades, because sometimes you can just come up with nothing. So I don't really like Lando in this particular build, but that's just my opinion on the matter, and I don't fly 2400s much anymore at all.
All right. So he's basically, like you said, he's dancing around you. But what are you trying to do? What is your approach?
Well, I still have a lot of flexibility. I have my bots set up on their dial so they can both either bump or both engage, which is really cool about the robots because you can set it up like that. So I'm going to do an advanced sensor boost here because I see an opportunity to jump in there, and I'm going to go ahead and engage. I'm going to take this 3 straight, or actually it was just a 2 straight, so that way I was able to set up a bump if I needed to by giving the back one a 3 straight. And it's that kind of flexibility that really makes that build work. So I just go straight in there. As soon as they turn tail, I'm in. And I didn't have to do that in advance. I didn't have to guess. Lower pilot skill, the robots really have a huge advantage against. So with this one, I'm going to go ahead and move first and then boost. So that way I can get into a little bit of a better position, keep that formation up a little bit, even though it is basically a broken formation at this point. I still want to keep those arcs overlapping.
So how did you know the A-Wings were going to do a hard left to follow Outrider?
I didn't.
Okay.
But
But
if they went the other way, I could have just bumped again and forced them to come even closer.
all right, so your options were pretty open.
Yeah.
You knew what you wanted to do, and you just and regardless of what he did, you had an answer for it.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, so Dash moving in there a little ways. And he's got his range 3 shot. Yeah, he's going to get his target lock in on there. So that's not really ideal for me, but I am range 3, so I'll get auto thrusters. But without the focus, I'm not sure how much he'll be able to do. Target lock's great and all, but
Yeah, the auto thrusters.
he's using experimental interface. I think he's got a stress in his hand. He might be going for Orlando. He's putting it down. What's he gonna go? He's going for Lando, and he's gonna roll 1 focus. Is that right? Yep. There's a focus token down on the field. All right, now he's gonna be able to fire first, so he's gonna take his HLC shot. And oh no, he's using Mangler Cannon. That's right, Mangler Cannon. So this is gonna get 2 hits and a crit on me, and I'm going to auto thruster and focus to negate all that damage since that's the only shot he has on me. I'm giving up some offensive power, but or I give up my evade token. But yeah, auto thruster is very good. I gave it some of my power to take those hits off of me.
Now, auto thrusters was created in direct response to the amount of gunplay that was going on with the Millennium Falcon.
The Falcon
right?
And the Outrider and the Decimator. Right. They were destroying certain ships like Sunterfell that should have been very good, but just couldn't play the same game. So that really went a long way to bringing those ships back into the meta without breaking them entirely. And 2 hits there on the A-Wing. It's good. I think he takes just 1 shield.
These A-Wings can't do anything. Sad.
Yeah, I'm going to be firing with the other guy now. HLC. 2 hits. He takes a shield. Oh, or is he going to take that evade? He's thinking about it. He's going to take it, so I will gunner. And here it comes, the
Well,
second shot.
this he may end up taking more damage from the gunner than he would have just not
Oh,
taken
you
the
know what?
evade.
I think he just took the damage. Yeah, he just took the damage. Okay. So yeah, he took a shield there, not risk gunner, which is usually the right move. You usually want to take one unless you're something like Suture Fell.
So what does he have to do with his moves to really mess you up?
At this point, he has no blocking arcs whatsoever. He can maybe get dash in there, but that's not where he wants dash. So he's gonna just have to work to re-engage as carefully as possible.
I just find it so strange that he started on the corner, then went up, and then went all the way back down again with his A wings.
He underestimated how fast those robots can get across the table on a moment's notice. I mean, it's not a lot of ships can take advantage of one move like that so quickly, but just being able to react on the fly like that and suddenly be engaged or be ready to not engage is very, very, very much the strength of the robots.
So,
So
it,
he probably figured he had a couple more turns before combat, honestly.
so what did he underestimate you because you used the boost, or that he just didn't realize larger ships move faster?
I'm sure he realized larger ships move faster. Again, he made it up to the finals. He's a common player around here. He's it's just the robots can move so quickly when you combine them with that boost. They can cover so much ground, and in the direction that they want to go. So if you have that open space, like in that corner there that I secured for myself, like I discussed in the previous video with rock strategy, I have all this open room to move in. It gives me all these options. So what I like to do to surprise a lot of players is this hard one here. Sometimes I bump, sometimes I don't, but I get arcs that they don't normally expect me to get.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you bump. Actually, because you get your actions beforehand, and you actually prefer to bump since they can't retaliate.
Exactly. So bumping is a huge part of my strategy with this build. Uh, and it's something that, of course, most lists don't like bumping at all, but my robots, they just love it. They live for it. Unless they have stress, and then they don't. So I do the same move with both, kind of keeping them in a vague formation, but now I'm facing the asteroid field directly, so I have some difficult positions here, but I really wanted to get those shots in on dash and take dash off the table quickly. That was really the key here, so I knew that I was taking a big risk going into the rocks in order to take these shots in on dash. And there he goes, laying on the rock. We'll be looking at the barrel roll here in just a moment.
Oof. I love it. I love that you can just barrel roll in and out of an asteroid with no problem.
Yeah,
It's so handy.
there we go.
Hmm.
I think the camera was refocusing there a little bit.
Now, he he barrel rolled after you made your moves, but he could have gotten out of one of your arcs. Instead, he's still in both arcs. Why did he make that move?
I don't think he could have gotten out of either arc. What move are you looking at? Are you
Well,
thinking?
well, he just barrel rolled with the white with the outrider. He barrel rolled to the right. If he barrel rolled to the left, would he still have been in the blacks?
Yes, he
Uh,
would have, and he would have been range one of both ships instead of range either two
now
or
this
three of the rear one.
it's hard to see in the isometric view.
Yeah, it can be a little tricky, but it was the lesser of two evils. Again, a lot of players, once you rush in that fast, don't expect you just to hard turn in one and get all these arcs in this whole new area of the map.
I suppose it's safer to be near your A wings for the block than it would be if you're further away from your A wings.
Yeah, see, the problem with the screen now is that because he was able to come in with dash and I came in so quickly and kind of forced him to move in a little bit further than he wants, dash is now inside of his screen instead of the screen being in front of him blocking all the pass and taking all the shots. So the A-wing swarm isn't quite doing what it's supposed to be doing because of just how quickly the engagement happened compared to how quickly he wanted it to happen. He needed that engagement to happen at a different stage. He needed another turn or two, but I forced it as soon as the A-wings turned the other way. Target lock on, but I think he only took one damage there. Oh, he's taking his evade. I didn't do any damage with that one, and I am too close to gunner. And I may have had a shot on that other A-wing, but oh, maybe I am gonna gunner. Taking a look here. Oh no, Mangler cannon, predator, and focus for the 2 hits and a crit. And he gets nothing, I think. And he's taking some heavy fire this turn. See, I don't have a lot of hits, so I have to make every hit count. With only 2 shots, I can do a maximum of 8 damage before crits. He only has 10 HP overall if you include hull and shields. So I can't kill him in 1 turn necessarily, but if I hit with everything and he misses with everything, I can kill him in 2 pretty easily. But even if he gets some of those evades in, I can still kill him in 2 turns if I keep getting my shots in. But I have to pick my targets carefully. I have to pick my shots carefully because I want to get those mangler shots in. So I want to tear
So
down that hole with the HLC first.
that bottom A-wing just fired through an asteroid, right, to get to you?
The arc might not have gone through the asteroid. I think it's kind of hard to tell here.
All right, now I'm excited for this move. I want to know what everyone does. Like it's pretty.
Yeah. So he's going to go for a hard one in. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but he's assuming I'm going to bump, which is a pretty safe assumption looking at the situation I'm in now because he's got a lot of things to put in my way. And I don't have a lot of movement options that are going to keep me safe.
Is he gonna try to bump his outrider? So his outrider's gonna bump the A-wing? Is that what he wants to try to do?
He wants those actions. He might end up bumping, but
Okay.
those actions are so important on dash. So he's going to keep moving stuff around. He's got some options here, but he wants to keep me in this asteroid field. He doesn't want me blowing through it.
No, okay. He's moving that other A-wing to block the red one.
Yep. If he can keep me in this asteroid field, my movement options go way down. Where on that first move, with all that open space, I could do anything I wanted. In here, it's a totally different game. I have to play the knife fight and I have to be careful. He took a hit on that rock. He actually landed on that rock. I don't know if you can quite see it from there, but he misjudged it by just a little bit, and now that A-wing's not getting shots in. All right, here comes that last A-wing's move. 4 or 5 straight. So what happens now is if I try to blow past dash with something fancy, that A-wing will block me onto that rock. That's what he's looking at. But oh no, he hits that rock too. And
it's so hard to judge. It's so hard to judge
that.
It
can be, yeah, and he takes another damage. The dice gods have frowned upon him today.
Now, if he lands, now, did he try to K-turn or did he just do 5 straight?
Now, he just did a 5 straight. His goal is to block, and guess what? He pulled it off. He anticipated my move and blocked it perfectly, and now I am on the rock.
Oof.
But I actually bumped dash and not the A-wing.
Because you couldn't land where you wanted to land, or where you were forced to land.
Yeah, I was forced to back up, but when I backed up, the edge of my base was still over Dash's base, so I had to, it had to be just right in there. So it ended up bumping on Dash.
It kind of ended up working out for you.
Yeah, I got really lucky with that. We were both kind of surprised, but it was
and you still bumped your dude.
Yeah, I still bumped my dude. I had to get the extra ruler out and everything just to make it bright because it was kind of hard to judge. But I knew I was safe from that A-wing, so I didn't have to do anything too fancy. And I still have all my actions.
So, what are you? He still hasn't moved.
He can't get through that.
Try. What is he doing? Don't even try.
He thought I was going to bump a little bit further in. So.
He lost all his actions.
Yeah,
all right.
Lost all his actions. Because if the Iggy's went straight in, it wouldn't have been. He would have been able to easily get there, but because of the way that everything happened, he just didn't have that spot.
No, I've never seen you play with your brobots in a position where they are not in formation. So now that you're out of formation, how are you going to approach your next round?
All right. So I need to now spread them out, kind of flower them out a little bit, as it were. If you can imagine, they're gonna need to be taking these shots on these A-wings, but they're not gonna kill them all. It's really hard to kill an A-wing in just one shot. So what I will be doing instead is basically probably doing like a double sloop or something to try to get as many shots as I can from as wide an angle as possible. So I'm still creating a giant kill box. Because now that I'm not in formation, I can spread out. And he can, again, has to pick which one he's going to go after if he can figure out where either of them are going. The top one has kind of an obvious move with an obvious looking sloop. I don't remember if that's what I did or not, but that would be the obvious move there, is that sloop up towards his side of the board. The black one is in a really bad spot, honestly. There's no way that I can make a move and still get a shot without landing on one of those rocks. So I have to make a really hard choice with that one. All right, he's getting his range 1 shot on me. I don't like range 1 shots ever. because I always take damage from him. But he didn't roll. Oh, he rolled nothing, and then I rolled worse, and I think I took the hit. Oh no, I took the shield.
No,
Oh
you
no, I
you
took
had a
the
focus
evade.
in
I'm
that
sorry,
roll.
focus. I took the focus. Great. All right, so we're gonna go to the next styles, next stage. Um, I had to make a bad choice with Iggy here, but I decided that setting myself up for future turns was the better move than
Yeah.
worrying about
Now, when
this
when I
turn.
play when I play X-wing, I'm notorious for really bad K turns. So this I would have made this K turn regardless. I would have said, like you said, with the black one, I would have made a K turn even if it landed on top of an asteroid because, like you said, it would make for a better future maneuver.
Yeah, that was the choice I had to make here. Can I survive that? And with 2 shields left on C and 3 left on B, I'm pretty confident that he's not going to be able to put enough damage on C to take him out, even if he does land on rock, because I get my actions before I move. So I'm probably going to advance into focus, go right on that rock, and just let him shoot me. A-Wings aren't sure what to do now. They're also in a bad spot. They're going to try to block any boost shenanigans.
Now let's see here.
And that's really the best thing they can be doing is trying to block those boosts. Get off that rock. Whatever you got to do to keep those shots on it. If Iggy does
Hmm.
something stupid, you need to be able to capitalize on it. That's really the thing. And if I do another one hard here, he knows that he can get some really good shots on me. So if I try my usual stuff, but then I go for the sloop, which looked like a bad option.
Ah.
So he wasn't sure what I was going to do either, I'm sure. But I know I'm going to hit the rock. I was definitely hitting the rock. There wasn't any way around it. So I just sucked it up. But I have my focus.
Did you use your advanced sensors?
Yes, I did. And I don't take any damage. And now that I'm here, I see a lot of new options and a lot of new ways to get out of this situation and still keep my shots up. But he won't
No,
be
you
shooting this
can't.
round.
Yeah, yeah, because if you're on an asteroid, you cannot shoot.
Right. And I am on that asteroid. I'm not like clipping it. I am on it. But I don't have to retake it. And I can still advance sensors when I'm on it if I didn't have the stress. So now what am I doing? The 4K.
So you kind of did opposite of what I thought you were going to do. I thought you were going to K turn with the black one and sloop with the red one.
Yep. I went with the K turn on the red one to keep dash because when I sloop, Dash could overshoot me because he has that 4 forward. And I couldn't let that happen. So now what's he gonna do? He's gonna try to squeak past me, uh, and he manages, but now he's still in a bad position because of the way that his base is lined up to my arc. He cannot barrel roll out of my arc at this point. He can definitely try, but he can't. He's not gonna get there unless he can't barrel roll towards me because of his angle. He can't barrel roll away from me and get away from the shot because my arc will still line up along that diagonal line.
Yeah, he's
So he's just
so he
gonna,
better focus.
yeah, he needs to pull some shenanigans pretty quick. He's gonna
Oh,
move
he's gonna
that
change his
target
target
lock.
lock.
Is he gonna change it? He's not sure. You really have to figure out which one you want to shoot and if it's working to my advantage or not, because I like to have players split their fire, and a lot of players know that. He's putting down the barrel roll. He's gonna go for it. At least get out of that range one shot, which was smart because the range one shot could do him in pretty easily. He couldn't risk that. He doesn't have enough health left. I'm sure he's down in the hole by now. I don't remember. I don't think I did any real significant crits to him. Nothing huge anyway, but he did get down in the hole pretty quick. He couldn't afford to take any risks. All right. So yeah, he went ahead and took the target lock and Lando or barrel roll and Lando. He got his evade, and now he's gonna be shooting at me.
Oh, I think I might have missed it, but did one of his A-wings get killed last turn?
One of his A-wings did get killed. I think I missed it too, actually. Yeah, he did lose his A-wing. I think to a rock. Oh no, it was no. Yeah, he had an A-wing range one of the red Iggy, and the Iggy took it out. All right, 3 hits. I would have been shooting at Lando with that, or I'm sorry, Dash with that. What's he gonna do? He only has the evade. I think he rolled 2 eyeballs. Oh, he rolled minor explosion, took the minor explosion
Dang.
damage, and he's gone. That was a crit that took him out. I think he would have lived if not for that, but I'm not. I don't quite remember. But I think that he would have lived if he didn't take the minor explosion.
It always feels like such a great loss when you squeak away with one hit, but you've got to resolve a crit. and something like that happens, it's crushing.
Yep. Auto thruster saved me there. Just rolled what I needed to roll. I always feel a little bit bad at this point where like I kill something huge and the game completely just shifts in favor, and then they start missing every single roll. Because I feel like, oh man, I didn't really want the insult to injury part. Like I just killed your big guy. You don't need to roll blanks.
Right.
It always makes it worse. It was something about attitude when it comes to rolling blanks. I feel like when players feel like they're defeated, they suddenly just they don't roll well anymore. Oh god, I don't remember what I'm doing here, but I'm probably gonna do a 3 with the black one, just because I have a good arc there to get out. But the red one, I don't remember. I have to do a green, so I got to do one of my. I can't do the hard turn this turn if I want actions, but I might do it because I'm crazy. What did I do? I did yep. I did a 2. Okay, that was a good choice. Better actually, because I didn't want to get too far out of the engagement. I knew a 3 would pull me out of there pretty well. And since I don't have any shots and they don't have any shots, there's no harm in taking a target lock. Yep, just take that target lock just to have it. And this guy is gonna bump. But again, okay with me. It denied all the shots, so no shooting this round. Worked out. It's just a good round for both of us to try to reposition and get a better angle. A-wings are pretty mobile. They can, if they're careful, they can try to get out of the arcs of the IG-88s. However, the black one will be able to do something, maybe a hard turn, a hard one, and have arcs that those A-wings are just going to have a real hard time trying to get around. And I can just do another 4K with the red. And again, there's the kill box. So we'll see. I don't quite remember, but I kind of know that his options are running out at this point. However, IG-88 is a very luck-based defense. It's a very strong defense, but once you're in range 1, I'm relying on raw numbers, or raw dice, and any tokens I might have. So once you strip those tokens, I can be in a world of trouble real quick.
Yeah, it definitely is going to look scary if you start singling out your robots one by one like that.
Yep. But I still have my full shields up, but
Two A wings at range one is definitely still lethal for a
it,
robot.
it can be, yeah. It just takes a couple turns of bad rolls.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. So now
Yeah,
he's got all those
bad
arcs in there.
maneuver.
But he called it. He knew that I was going to do the 4K. And do I clear that rock? I clear the rock. Perfect. I got my focus. I'm now right in front of that A-wing. So like I said, I can set up that kill box pretty easily. Pretty sure I did a 1 hard here. This is usually where I like to do one. Facing the rock, so players don't always expect me to do it. And I just love the hard one so much. It is so good. Once you get that pivot point down and figure out exactly where it turns, it's really easy to figure out where it's going to end up. But now I've got shots on both the ships, so I'm just going to take them in the order that I need them. I'm going to take a range 2 on the closer A-wing, so that way I can try to get the further one with my Mangler cannon. I want to try to like sort the hits out in the way where I'm getting the best use out of my actions. Since the other one has Predator, he'll get a reroll regardless, but this one only has a target lock on that A-wing, this black one here. So he wants to use all of it at once instead of taking a shot that would be less ideal. So the cool thing about the robots is that I get to choose which one fires first, and I get to see I needed that target lock. I get to kind of choose what order I'm stripping tokens or
Was
doing
that 4
damage.
hits?
That's 4 hits. He takes the evade. Let's see. Looks like he blanked on one, so I think he took 2 shields. Use the target lock, use the focus, but I got Gunner. Yeah, he blocked it all. And so there is 3 hit. Oh no, that was range 1 from the other robot. So no, that wasn't Gunner. And I got 4 hits just like that, and he is gonzo.
Yeah, you can't take a gunner if you make a hit.
That's right. Yeah, I think he took one. I think that A-wing's gone. Yep, gone.
Oof. Oof.
2 hits from one, 2 hits from the other. All he's got left is a range 3 shot on the black one. Black one has a focus token still in play, so he's going to take that auto thrusters with focus on 4 dice, and he rolled nothing. And he just flew him off the board and conceded the match. And that was game. All right, so the next one's going to be the final match. This was a rough matchup, but he flew pretty well. It's just it got really hairy in there in the middle.
Like, that was a good match.
Oh yeah, definitely.